In these times of trouble, you could use some of your youthful daring, for which you've been nicknamed Mad Thorn. It seems, though, that your daughter has it aplenty.
Anyway, when we last left this group, they were trying to get to the double Menhir. It's kind of like a double rainbow. Anyway, we're here, and we're trying to get... think to here, the Arch Menhir. Given the distance involved, I kind of suspect this is going to take a while. So, off we go. Odalin Pass. There we go. Alright. The road running between the mountain village, between the Albius Menhir and the Juranan Tower, the border of Jurana, and a way to get to the old Gabonian Road and the Burkanan Road. The valley itself is wide and shallow, and well traveled year-round. You catch up with an overloaded peasant's cart and strike up a conversation with the driver. His name is Bradham, and he is moving his family to his brother's farm. You realize their destination has been ravaged by the Enzes. Galeta warns the peasants of the possible danger. They don't believe her at first, but then reconsider and turn the cart around. Galeta shows them the newborn and begs them to take it, but the head of the family is reluctant. Let's just make sure this gets done right and ride to the village ourselves. You leave the road and soon reach a village. You manage to find a home for the infant. On your way back, you don't see the peasant's cart. In the end, they didn't believe you. Well, still continuing on our way. During a short rest, Hode and Sop step aside, speaking in hushed tones. You've grown tired of their lack of discipline. It's time they know how you feel. What are you whispering about? You're plotting something. Now, of all times. I have many questions for you two, and it's best you answer them now. I figured he'd find out sooner or later. This is not your clueless Kreiger. You should tell the truth. It's long overdue. Alright, here goes. See, Captain, the young Prince Ho was headstrong. He quarreled with his grandfather, the King of Jurana. As a result, Prince Trig, that is, Prince Ho's father, sent him off to a young soldier's regiment. The King of Jurana? Who's Prince Ho? Who's whose father? What are you blabbering about, damn you? I'm telling it as it is, not leaving anything out. They made Prince Ho a young Albius warrior to get him some discipline, and me, his bodyguard. His name was changed to Hode, but mine stayed the same. I'm not so important, I guess. Captain, you said yourself it was time for serious talk, so we're telling the truth. That was a bolt from the blue. I actually came to talk about discipline and the fact that Sop follows you all the time, ignoring orders. Turns out I should call you Your Highness. What do I do with this knowledge, or what do we know now? Go with that. You're the captain. You decide. The only thing I ask, in the name of all the gods, don't try to send His Highness to His Majesty. No good will come of this. I know better than to interfere with royal bickering. I have enough on my plate. Do you at least realize if he dies, all of us will hang, not just you? I'll do my best to keep him alive. I don't really want to die either. I suggest we don't call Hode Prince in public to be safe. That's a lot to take in. For now, Hode remains Hode. Everyone tries to stay alive. We travel as planned. If anything changes, I'll let you know. Okay, so we can take that route or that route. So Buchanan Road is a well-trodden highway marked with posts and road signs, frequently patrolled by Juranan guards. Or the old Caponian Road is already broken and unkept, but still a decent road traversing the desolate lands near the spurs of the Milky Mountains. Let's go with the one that doesn't involve encountering lots of guards who might recognize the prince. Riding past the ruined tavern, you notice the trampled grass and pause to investigate. A dozen people must have been here recently. Perhaps travelers like you, or maybe bandits. The late burgomaster of Albius once told you a funny story about this place. 4 years ago, the Sinvicta brothers, who live in the backwoods by the Woodland Watch, lost the Corpse Udder Tavern to Trobal's younger brother in a game of cards. The new owner tried to get rid of it, but found no buyers. And then a lightning strike burned it down. Nobody bought it because, excepting a few hunters, no one really ventures to these parts anymore. The tracks near the ruins look suspicious, but you can't decide what to do. Let's search the closest shrubs. In the shrubs, you discover an armed crossbow. An inconspicuous piece of string tied to it leads to a wooden sign on the ground. The crossbow was set up to shoot whoever unwittingly turned over the carved sign. It's hard to miss the sign lying in the dirt. Its unsettling depiction has been spared by rot and fire. Somebody painted the word Parm on it. The white paint's still fresh. You don't know what it means, but it looks like the temple tongue. Well, presumably we've disarmed the traps, so let's turn the sign over. There's a word written on the other side of this in the same white paint. Hawk's March. Were bandits exchanging secret messages in temple tongue? They can't be that educated. Well, let's ask Fisk about the tavern. As expected, Fisk knows every tavern within a week's travel from Albius. It wasn't a very good tavern, he says. Not that many people around. I remember the sign most clearly, cut on both sides in an ugly way. The Corpse Udder. What a name. And let's search the ruins. Find nothing of interest, apart from the strange and ugly sign. Alright then. Give the ruined tavern one more look and return to the road. You're very tempted to stop by the Woodland Watch and ask the Sinvicta brothers if the crossbow trap was their handiwork. One of your companions could have been killed. Well, which way would take us to the Woodland Watch? That's way over here. Burnt clearing that crossed the wood, convenient for travelers undaunted by wild animals or thugs. Or stick to the old Gabonan road. Let's head for the Woodland Watch. While your companions set up camp, you go to fetch wood. Lost in thought, you walk into a clearing already occupied by a small group of people. By their weapons and clothes, you mark them as common thugs. A huge Gel is the first to notice you. Probably the leader. He gets up and walks toward you, grinning. I think I want reinforcements. You turn around and run toward the camp. The thugs follow you, yelling. They catch up to you when you've almost reached the road. You prepare to fight. Surprisingly, the thugs run around you and onto the road. Their grumbles and yells tell you they've been lost in the forest for 3 days. Sure, let's try and learn some more. One of the ragged half-wits tells the story. We were a long way from home, doing jobs here and there. On the way back, we thought we'd take a shortcut. Path seemed all right, but we got lost in the dark. Been wandering since then. The peasant jerks his head at the gal. This fella got the short end of the stick. We were going in the same direction for half the way. He tagged along not to be on his lonesome. We'll take him to our village now, feed him, and decide what to do. I feel bad for him. He's a decent fella. We probably have food. Let's give these knuckleheads some food. You bring the dimwits to the camp and share your supplies. Many of them are in rough shape, and you spend an entire day helping them. You lost time, but your companions are pleased to have helped the poor sods. You carry on in higher spirits. Well, I'm not going to get to the Woodland Watch. So, straight to the Menhir. You pour the Strixes from one hand to another. Their quantity is thinning, and your companions are suffering from the reaping. The plague left no one out. This is the moment you have to decide who will be shielded from pain and who will face it alone. Gleda approaches, sensing you're troubled. Share them equally with everyone. It is the only way. What do you say, equally? Some are stronger, some are weaker. Some can help, others can't. Some are indispensable in a fight, others are a burden. Cannot do it if I'm to take care of everybody. Listen, Father, we have to share them equally, otherwise we'll be at each other's throats. Not literally, but people are envious. What do you mean? Do you expect me to distribute the Strixes equally while you suffer? If that happens, I'll give you my Strix, if I have it. Your Strix, Dad. Your own. Not the Strix you would have given to your companions. No, Gleda. Any commander would do what I'm doing. Buying victory at a very high price. You're a clever girl, but I'll have my way. don't have enough Strixes to save them all. Choose whom you wish to protect. All others will suffer injuries. Characters with 3 injuries may suffer a 4th and die. Well, then I guess we're just gonna have to pick on that guy. Wait, he's an archer. Yeah, we're gonna have to pick on one of our archers. As you approach the double menhir, Brett points at the stockade and cries, "It's the Enzes! They're storming the gate!" You decide to strike the abominations from behind with your companions. Soon it becomes clear that the stakes which made the Enzes dismount will be in your way as well. You'll have to fight the Enzes on foot. Alright, here we go. Well, I only have 5 cards, so that's what we got. Let's put Cleta in there. Alright, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Alright, we'll go with that. Skill people up. Oh yeah, I want my warlock guy. Alright, here we go. Two. 6 on 6. Okay. Well, let's put my mage and my archer in the back row. Actually, no, let's put them over here because they can use the rocks for cover. There, and call it good. Okay, lead with want that. Ow. Shoot, I thought that didn't. I didn't realize that ended my turn. Okay. Sure, let's take that guy out. Well, that wasn't very nice. Defense, increase counter. Okay, let's see who's gonna come play. It's the wrong way. Damage. Hey, that wasn't very helpful. Push him back, way back. That's a frickin' ranged guy. Okay, that's not good. Alright, let's take this guy out. Oh, that's your healer. Okay. Well, then he's got to go. Okay, let's see what kind of firepower we've got. Not as much as I'd like. Oops. Shoot. This is not going well. How the heck did he do that? Seriously? Great. See if we can buff her defense a little bit. I got a feeling we're going to be replaying this one. This is 2-on-2, and it's looking like I'm gonna get killed here. It's really annoying when he does that. Remarkably costly victory. The palisade gate does not open immediately. You feel that you are being watched. Finally, a squat man comes out to meet you. You recognize your old comrade, Vegan. You fought in many campaigns together. Vegan hurries toward you.
Thorn? Thorn Brennan! By thunder and lightning, I never dreamt I'd see you here. I'm so glad, friend. You can't even imagine. Get your companions inside before the abominations return. There will be another attack.
Vegan draws you into his mighty embrace. His strength has not diminished since you last met, but you managed to wrest yourself free. Easy there, old bear. Tell me what's going on in your stockade. Alright, let's find out why the gates weren't opened immediately. The chief watchman makes a helpless gesture.
They distracted us, those sons of sea urchins. Some of them climbed over the palisade on the other side. Took some time to beat them back, run back to the gate, and carefully observe what was outside.
You brush off the remark. We have managed here by ourselves. It's not our first time to face these abominations. Sure, find out how he knows more are coming.
I was wondering about that myself. You see, this old healer, Chilla, arrived at the stockade and started raving about it. I almost shoot her off, and that's when the abominations appeared. And then it happened again. From then on, I listened to every last word she's said. She turned out to be a seer? I never thought seers were real. I'd like to talk to her. Perhaps she'll predict something useful for me. End the conversation and return to the Menhir. Vegan puts a hand on your shoulder. If I were you, I wouldn't be so rash. We have the plague too. One woman, who used the Menhir for every sneeze, tried her luck already. She touched the stone, and that was the end for her. Found a mark on her neck as if she'd been choked by a fiery noose. Everyone stays away from the arch now. A wave of disappointment washes over you. Damnation. It's Albius all over again. Did you see a monster with gray skin by any chance? The chief watchman's expression becomes grave. No, it was just the masked ones. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a monster, though. But I'm not a dock rat hiding in a dark corner. It's a good place for a breather. Please, make yourself at home. When the abominations come, I'll give the signal. Will you aid an old comrade? You nod. I will. We're not going to stay long, but we'll give any abominations that approach the gate a warm welcome. If any crawl through, we'll let you catch them. This is your home turf. In the meantime, we need to rest. Alright, lots of people to talk to. And shopping! Alright, let's start by talking to the seer. S. Good day to you, Chilla. My name is Thorn Brainin. I arrived here just recently, but I've heard so much about you. Could it be that the gods have sent you to my aid, or is it pure coincidence? Nothing is coincidence, Thorn. I'm also my own master, and I don't do the bidding of others. But you're here for a reason. The guards have probably told you many things. What do you want? You must already know what I want. It's not every day that one meets a seer, let alone a seer whose prophecies come true. Do you know a way to stop the reaping? Can you tell me where I should be going? Let's ask where we should be going. You don't need my ideas, Thorn. From here, the only way leads to Ursus. Try your luck there, though I can't promise it'll be on your side. If every Menhir is imbued with poison, we'll find no cure in Ursus. Or is there something else apart from the stone? What awaits me in that city? It's not what, but who. Look for Unda, the healer. She may be the only one who can help you. Alright, I shall pay her a visit, unless she's disappeared from the city again. Sure, do you know a way to stop the reaping? Don't worry about the reaping, Thorn. The time has come for each of us to face our own woes. Especially your companion, the older one. He's tired and weak. Do you mean Kreiger? It's gnawing at him. Some sort of illness? Perhaps something he craves? Can I help him? You have no way of helping him. Kreiger is the only one who can beat back what's devouring him from within. It'd be best to kill him before he hurts those he's meant to protect. Kill him? Are you mad? No matter what you see in the future, Kreiger will never betray us. Of that, I'm sure. Let's not discuss it any further. Alright, well, we need to go then. Chilla, I'm sorry. Is it possible I've seen you before? We've never met, I'm sure, but there's something oddly familiar in your eyes. I've wandered far and wide.
we could have encountered each other. At my age, details escape me. Here, wear this bracelet so that I recognize you next time. Don't take it off. These aren't Strixes, but they aren't pebbles either. You'll find them useful. If you cross paths with Unda in Ursus, tell her that the source must be preserved. Remember those words exactly. The source must be preserved. I will. And thank you. I guess I should go now. Find Father before he starts getting worried. Alright. Thought we just finished talking to her. Alright. Well, let's go talk to Ramlin. He keeps staring at the arch. Never seen a double Menhir before, have you? No, I haven't. Never even ventured this far out. I've heard of such a Menhir, though. When I was a kid, my granny told me the story of a warrior who walked between two Menhirs and was rejuvenated. That must be a Vandal tale. I'm not familiar with it. Do you think it's about this particular Menhir? So that Vandal must have walked quite a ways from home. Just like my granny. She used to tell me stories about her homeland. She said she'd never have left had she not fallen in love with my grandfather.
Right.
The heart wants what it wants. I'll think about your story. It's hard to separate truth from fantasy nowadays. Guess we have more words for the Cirrus then. You returned, have you? You must still have questions. Or not. Okay. Talk to her later. Alright, Flit examines the dead Enzes. Dead Enzes lie at the bottom of the palisade. One of them is missing his mask. You stop to examine his pale, refined, feminine features. No doubt he is from another land. The strange swords glisten in the nearby grass, like so many shards of glass. You notice Flit shambling among the bodies. He stoops, picks up the Enz's curious weapon, and regards it intently. You approach him. I see curiosity has overcome fear, no? What are you looking for? Comparing ink marks to bloodstains? Let's see, where are you staring at the Enzes? I'm curious. They are foreigners. Their swords. In the old chronicles, there are instances of the Chimera wielding the lances. Lances? Yeah. Some people believe that Enzes and the Chimera are the same people, or that perhaps the Chimera are their descendants. Lances are what old scribes call these swords. The wielder, they say, commands the blade by pure thought, and his lance only answers to him. The Chimera, well, they're a nomadic tribe that lives on the other side of the Milky Mountains. Legends of the Chimera abound. Normally I'd have brushed them away as old wives' tales, but now I'm not so sure. What can you tell me about the Menhirs? Why are these Enzes so intent on getting to the Menhirs? There aren't that many of the abominations. If each Burkanan kingdom sent just one brigade to every stone, the Enzes wouldn't stand a chance. Can your manuscripts explain that? That I cannot answer, Thorn. Either I haven't read enough, or even the scribes don't know such things. It has been noted, though, that ends often appear by the sacred stones once the reaping begins. Since they seem to come out of nowhere, walls can't stop them, and men struggle to fight them. And what can you say about the reaping? I don't know what to make of it anymore. I've always thought those legends were nothing more than tall tales, but these events have proven me wrong. Rack your brains. You might remember something. We need every bit of knowledge that might help us. That's why I'm wandering here. I'll gladly consult my scrolls, but I left them all in Oda. If anything useful springs to mind, I'll come to you straight away, Captain. Alright, and off we go. Let's talk to Vegan. How many years has it been, Vegan? About 10? Thought you'd be a captain by now. Why didn't you apply elsewhere? Surprised to find you here. Oh, it just happened, Thorn. After that Palian campaign, I served under your brother-in-law, Bran Victi. I'm lucky I managed to get out of the capital. He didn't like me very much. Maybe because I can't shut up. Maybe because of my friendship with you. So, no, I never made captain. That's unfortunate. Why didn't you find me? Could have put a word in for you with my father-in-law. Guess the local watch would have been much worse off without you here, though. Where did the Enzes come from? Who knows? First few seemed to pop out of thin air right beside the Menhir. The rest swarmed in from outside. I lost too many men, soldiers and villagers alike. The abominations don't seem to be wearing any armor, but they're hard to kill. It's like stabbing a jellyfish with an oar. We must have been lucky. Our losses were far fewer. The village of Dynford suffered the most. About 100 locals died, some torn limb from limb while they were still alive. How can such abominations exist? No matter, we've made mincemeat out of tougher enemies. With your help, we'll stand our ground. Chilla will warn us of approaching danger. Can you tell me about Bran? They kicked him out of Odola, so he's in Joranna now. Gained the old king's trust, and now just does what he pleases. He's in Ursus at the moment. It's a good thing he wasn't a match for the local commander, Shek. The king trusts Shek more. Wait, who's Bran? What are the officials in Joranna thinking? Can't they taste the difference between honey and shit? They're cut from the same sleazy cloth. All the honorable men joined Crown Prince Trieg's army, leaving only scum in the king's court. Lesser nobles are making a stink, of course, but they're not picking fights. Bran has a full squadron of mercenaries. Should keep a low profile in Ursus. Bran was the reason I moved to Albius. In a fit of rage, his father left everything to my children. If Bran already had a bone to pick with me before, I'm sure he wants me dead now. Okay, so Bran is the SOB brother-in-law. Alright, and did the plague make anyone lose their minds? Every other man has a mark on his neck, but I think everyone has their wits about them. Chilla, the healer, brought the ointment. It doesn't stop the disease, but relieves the pain. There isn't much of it, but we make do. Make do. Cripes! Did you even send for help? The guards are completely spent. Do you think I've been twiddling my thumbs here? Of course I sent a messenger. 2, in fact. But no answer from Ursus. I just hope they're not dealing with trouble of their own. If they are, our backwater town will be the least of their concerns. Alright, see to my duties. So much for remembering old times, huh?
Couldn't relax then? Can't do it now. Well, I want to hear about your family, Thorn. I'm still a bachelor, but you're a married man. How are the children?
My daughter is right here. She fought beside me. I taught her the moves. My son is serving in the capital. As for Leaky, she died in Albius.
Goodness gracious. My condolences, Thorn. I was wondering why you were out of sorts.
Forgive me, old friend. I'll stop pestering you.
Alright. And sure, let's go talk to Kreiger.
Why are you sitting here all by yourself? Too sick to drink, or just choosing not to? You look pale. Old wound acting up?
Some wounds are inflicted from within, Thorn. It's like ice in my chest. I have to tell you something. In Albius, I deserted. I abandoned my post and my men. I should have stood my ground once shit started happening, but I chickened out. Bolted as soon as the Reaper thing vanished. I ran for my life and into Fisk. That's when my shame caught up with me. But the fear's still there, eating me from inside.
You need rest, my friend. Take a breath and put this nonsense out of your head. I cannot rely on anyone but you now. That's better. Get yourself together and return my right-hand man to me. Deal?
All right, Thorn. I'll do my best. Okay, let's go check the Menhir. Let's walk under the archway.
You walk between the Menhir stones, careful not to touch them. A divine force washes over you, and you feel suddenly at peace. Your wounds are healed, your mind settled. Seeing that you're unharmed, the others follow your lead. You walk between the sacred stones again, but nothing happens. Alright. Let's not touch that. Let's go to the market. Strix's glistening from the vendor's stalls make you consider telling Vegan about their magic properties. You still remember the time you saved each other's lives, after all. She'll tell Vegan about those. Share everything you know about the reaping with your old friend Vegan, and tell him about the useful properties from the unusual gems. It seems like you got your point across. Vegan thinks it over.
Thank you, comrade, but I'll pass. I don't have extra money for gems, or any chance to look for them, since I'm not leaving the stockade. I believe you'll need them more than I will. Okay. So let's buy that. And start buying cards. Well, might as well buy all the other items too. They're all pretty cheap. Except that.
You're about to leave the market when you notice Hode. He's holding a wooden comb, looking wistful. Aren't its teeth a bit long for your locks? You ask. Hode tosses the comb and lets out a disapproving snort.
This isn't for me. I haven't visited Ursus in a long time. There's a woman there. I want to buy her a gift, but it's so hard to choose. You frown. What kind of a woman is she? You're a prince, for God's sake. I'm talking about my old nurse. Her name is Taunt. She nurtured and raised me. She always held her tongue, the good woman. What do you think I should get her? She's no dignitary, but she already has everything she needs. In that case, it doesn't matter what you get. It can be anything. A comb, a shawl, a brooch. If she cares about you, any gift will bring her joy. Pick whatever calls out to you. It's not terrible advice. Alright, barracks. Everybody's healed up. So check our skill points. 1. Alrighty then. Let's go to the gate. There's no sign of the Enzes yet. The watchman will signal the moment he spots the enemy from his watchtower. You wonder whether you should wait for the attack at the gate or finish your business in the stockade first. Now let's make sure I don't have any other unfinished business. Oh. Is your ointment for sale? It is not my ointment. It's the temple balm. They've been brewing it for over 700 years, but have only found a use for it now. They rub it on every neck within reach. I brought some from Ursus and gave it all to Vegan. Why do you need it? It only relieves the pain. It's not a Strix. It won't protect you. The Strixes are melting. Are you suggesting we wander all around all of Terminium looking for them until the reaping abates? You won't wander long. Sooner or later you'll return to where fate requires you. If you don't perish along the way, of course. I'm the master of my fate. Only I decide how and where I go. Right then. Okay, let's go wait until the Enzes show up again. Doze off while waiting for the enemy. The sound of a horn wakes you. You'll give these abominations a proper reception. Before the battle begins, you notice Kreiger stumble and clutch his throat. When he looks up again, there's nothing but madness in his eyes. Well, that's not good. Alright. Well, I guess we're going to go with this group then.
really don't want to take him down. Alright. So let's actually take out that guy. That's well buffs defense. Okay, I don't understand why that guy's getting so many buffs. Just buffing the heck out of that guy, aren't they? Oh, that's bad. Well, on the other hand, okay, Not that, because she'll die. Think that was worth it, though? Oh, right. Okay, this is fixing to be bad. Any chance I can get to that guy? Fine. Just go with it. Oh, that's why she was going to take damage. Alright, well, gotta take him out, I guess. Sorry, old friend. That guy's gotta die. Yeah, I saw that coming. lose it again. Last man standing! Dang, that was ugly. Cooling down after the battle, you stand beside the body of your former friend and comrade. It's horrible. The corpse is covered in blood and still looks like Kreiger, but you know it's no longer him. It's just some traitorous beast. Your companions are in shock too. The words don't come easily. A warrior dies when an enemy strikes him down. But sometimes it's evil sorcery, not sharpened steel, that kills him. I believe that this is no fault of Kreiger's. Still, report to me immediately if you begin to feel strange. Vegan draws closer.
Folks might get scared. We should bury him somewhere. I'll send for some hooks. I doubt that anyone will dare touch him with bare hands. Let's go, Thorn. There's nothing else we can do for him.
You bend down and take the captain's insignia off Kreiger's chest. The pendant is hot. You hand it to your daughter. Keep this, Gleda. We'll return it to his family if we get the chance. Gleda wraps Kreiger's pendant with a piece of fabric and stashes it. At this rate, there won't be much left of Kreiger's pendant. Same goes for yours, I'm afraid. You stand facing your fallen comrade. Farewell, Kreiger. You've been a good warrior and a true friend. This madness could have taken over any of us. Rest in peace. Let's try walking through the Menhir again. Nope, not touching it. Turn to the seer's tent, but she's not there. Instead, you see Vegan approaching. Your old friend slaps you on the back.
If Chilla vanished, hounds won't track down her scent. She comes and goes as she pleases. Take my word for it, you'll only waste time looking for her. Well, let's level up.
She can't upgrade accuracy. She's it then. Alright. Off to Ursus. Your party is ready to set out, but Fisk is nowhere to be found. After some time he appears. Vegan leads him toward you, a mob of villagers and guards at their heels. Vegan is furious. Gods damn it all, Thorn! We caught your companion Fisk stealing. To make matters worse, he speared Gren the Potter when we tried to apprehend him. I'm taking this murderer into custody unless you have anything to say about it. Just trying to negotiate. Vegan nods. Already spoken with the dead man's family about compensation. They want 1,000 gold for Gren. I bargained on your behalf and they went down to 500 gold. Do you have that kind of money? I think so. So, yeah. Vegan takes the money and assures you that he will take care of the matter. Tells the onlookers to scatter, which they do begrudgingly. Cast an angry glance at Fisk and promise to sort him out later. And away we go then.
In enemy...
Hey folks, Aaron here. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you want more, please hit the subscribe button, like it, all that stuff, and don't forget the alerts for when I post new videos. New videos go up every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 a.m. Central. Vlogs and gaming content. You can also find me at my blog, stickstoriesscotch.blogspot.com, my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/shadowcaster, and a lot of other writing over on Mariner's Rock. Hope you'll be back next time. Until then, remember, keep your knees in the breeze and the shiny side up. And now, I gotta ride.